book, still in the book of Exodus 17:12 through 13. That says, Moses' arms soon became so tired he could no longer hold them up. So Aaron and Hur found a stone for him to sit on. Then they stood on each side of Moses, holding up his hands. So his hands held steady until sunset. As a result, Joshua overwhelmed the army of Amalek in battle. And today, I'm just grateful for I'm grateful for the people in my life who support me. I'm grateful for my family, the support that I get from them. And I'm grateful to just be alive, to be put in a position to help people, to support people the best way that I could. In this particular story, it's an interesting story because Josh, after going through all this and getting out of Egypt, so on and so forth, the Israelites had faced a battle with this guy called Amalek. He basically attacked them, and Moses had sent Joshua out to fight him. But the Lord had given Moses a commandment, like basically telling him that, hey, you have to go out there and you have to hold up your staff the whole time. That's the only way you're gonna win. If his staff fell, then they started to lose the battle. So as his arms get tired, obviously, he's standing up there all day with his one hand in there. Um, he dropped his hand and they started to lose the battle. So Aaron and Hur stepped up and they supported him. Like they literally stood on his side and held his hands up in the air so that they could win the battle. And it was a pretty light bulb moment for me, and it made me realize how important it is to surround yourself. And God teaches us this, how important it is to surround yourself with people who can be there to support you, and not just support you when things good, but support you when y'all either going to battle, support you in your home life, support you in your work life, like just people who genuinely there to support you, because in this I keep going back to this story because I still in the book of Exodus, but still reminding you all about how important it is to be an Aaron in someone's life, and look around you and identify who the Aarons are in your life, because Aaron was Moses's big brother, and the more I read about him, and last night, you all know I like to go down rabbit holes. The more I read about him, it's he has a very interesting story as well too, because through all of this, he operated without ego, and it was a big wake up call for me. And I think that's probably the reason why God led me down this path to do a little bit more reading into this particular book, because it was it's so important to be reminded that to not go into relationships with an ego, or to go into relationships unintentional, you know? Like it was very easy for Aaron to want to claim his piece, you know what I mean? Like he was a spokesperson for Moses. This was from in Egypt, because Moses wasn't a good talker, but he did all the talking. He he was the one that even threw down the staff that turned to a snake at Moses's command. But still, it was easy for when people writing historical accounts of this, it would have been easy for him to want to claim the prize behind it. It could have been easily swapped, you know, but he had a mission to do, and he knew that what God was calling him to do was greater than what was ever needed for him. And that is what it means to drop your ego, to unzip that bag and just remove it off of you, remove that outer layer of you, and realize that whatever role it is that I'm playing at this point in my life, this is for the greater good of something. And so no matter if you going through something, if God putting you through something, or God put you in a position just to support someone, and you wondering to yourself, man, like sometimes it feels this way, that favor ain't fair. But at the end of the day, God's favor is always fair because it's equally yoked, it's equally distributed. Today for Moses, tomorrow for Aaron. At the end of the day, Moses got a lot of glory for his story. But remember this, Aaron was now royal priesthood. So all the Levites, everything came from through Aaron's bloodline. If you are a royal priest and that bloodline that came from through Aaron, that I mean, Moses and Aaron was brothers, obviously, but it was his anointing that now stretched for generations. So even though he didn't see at that moment in time what God's plan was for him to be a part of a royal priesthood. So I just say that to say you never know what part of the plan or what part of how you fit into God's ultimate plan. And when you have the opportunity to be Aaron, and when you have the opportunity to be Moses, just remember that you're part of a bigger picture, and you drop the ego and you just allow God to continuously work through you. Thank you again, everyone, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I love each and every one of you. I'm Kerry, and I relinquish my mic.